This video is best played in HD quality. Now let's move on to the question. You can now pause and try to answer this question on your own. Now let's tackle it together. A quick vertical scan shows that all answer choices are different, so let's review each option one by one. In answer choice A, the use of conjunction, while, indicates simultaneous events or a contrast, neither of which makes any sense in this context. The tanker didn't strike the reef while it was leaking oil and causing the pollution. The leaking is the consequence of the collision, they are not two separate events happening at the same time. As far as contrast, there is no apparent contrast between the two events. In addition, pronoun, it, clearly refers to the oil tanker, nonsensically implying that the tanker was intentionally doing two things when it struck the reef: it was intentionally leaking oil into the ocean, and it was intentionally causing the pollution of the beaches. Obviously, the leaking and causing are not two separate actions intentionally performed by the oil barge. The leaking is the source of pollution. Construction caused the pollution of is awkward and unidiomatic. The fact that oil leaked into the ocean is by itself pollution, it does not cause pollution. Caused the pollution of makes it sound as if the tanker triggered an independent pollution process. Eliminate this answer choice, and move to answer choice B. In this answer choice, construction, so that, implies that the oil tanker struck the reef with the purpose of leaking the oil into the ocean. In general, such conjunction is used to introduce a subordinate clause that shows purpose or gives an explanation. It is used to show an action producing an intended result or a cause producing an effect. In the format, clause 1, so that, clause 2, the first clause is the action, cause, and the second is the intended result, effect. In addition, plural pronoun, they, does not have a plural antecedent. Furthermore, this answer choice presents two independent clauses: 1, oil tanker struck, and 2, they were polluting. The implication is that the author describes two separate events that happened in March 1989. The oil tanker struck the reef with the purpose of leaking the oil into the ocean. And some people were polluting the beaches. Eliminate this answer choice, and move to answer choice C. In this answer choice, the use of conjunction while indicates either simultaneous events or a contrast, neither of which makes any sense in this context. Obviously, leaking and causing are not separate events happening at the same time. The leaking is the source of pollution. As written, this answer choice nonsensically suggests that the tanker was causing the pollution of the beaches when it struck the reef. Once it hit the reef, the oil began to leak. As far as contrast, there is no apparent contrast between these events. Also, for while, to introduce contrast, it must subordinate an entire clause. It can't just be leaking while causing. For example, while he has superb analytical skills, John rarely finds use for them as a clerk at a bank. In this example, while conveys contrast, but it's followed by a complete clause: he has superb analytical skills. Furthermore, removing conjunction while wouldn't help either, as it would create an ambiguous and awkward construction, connecting two back-to-back comma and ing modifiers. In addition, like in answer choice A, construction causing the pollution of is awkward and unidiomatic. The fact that oil leaked into the ocean is by itself pollution. It does not cause pollution. Causing the pollution of makes it sound as if the leaking of oil triggered an independent pollution process. Eliminate this answer choice, and move to answer choice D. In this answer choice, prepositional modifier, with its cargo of 260,000 barrels leaking into the ocean, implies that the tanker was already leaking before it even struck the reef. Obviously, the tanker didn't strike the reef while it was leaking. The leaking is the consequence of the collision. They are not two separate events. Also, in this answer choice, pronoun, it, has a couple of problems. It is easier to understand the structure if you ignore the prepositional modifier with its cargo leaking into the ocean. So, the core of this answer choice is an oil tanker struck, and it polluted. In which coordinating conjunction, and, joins the two actions and attributes both of these actions to the subject of the sentence, an oil tanker. Hence, pronoun it is redundant as the reference to the oil tanker is already implied by coordinating conjunction and. Also, logically, pronoun it cannot refer to the oil tanker, because it is not the oil tanker itself that polluted, it is the leaking of oil from that tanker that polluted the beaches. Pronoun: it can refer only to nouns, it cannot refer to actions. The best way to show that something is the direct consequence of an action is to use the comma and ing construction. So, we have eliminated all 4 wrong answer choices, and have narrowed down our options to answer choice E, which conveys the intended meaning in a clear and idiomatically correct fashion.